everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Reed Wilson, and for today's challenge, because, well, it is almost St. Patrick's Day, and I thought, why not do something in that sort of theme? And so today I'm challenging myself to only eat green foods. Now, because it's my challenge, I get to make the rules. So one of the rules that I have made, as long as it's green in the end, it counts. So if you see something that I put into these meals that isn't green to start with, but it is green at the end, well, I'm counting it because it's my meal and it's my challenge. So if you guys make sure, if you like this video, you hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. But let's get into the first meal. Okay, good morning everybody. We're gonna make the green breakfast for this morning. I am gonna start with a matcha latte. So I'm just gonna start the milk here. And yes, it's soy milk with protein because I don't drink milk fast enough before it goes bad, so. Okay, let's make the green smoothie. And again, I said this in the intro, but this is my challenge. So if something isn't green that I'm adding, it'll be green at the end. I'm just using a banana, some frozen spinach, and then we're gonna have some coconut milk, or water, coconut water. And I'm eyeballing this. Okay. Frozen spinach, half an avocado. Just some protein powder, just to get myself some protein. All right. This is a matcha shaker. Yeah. Ooh. It is early. I'm also gonna add a little matcha to this, make it more green. Okay. Finish off the smoothie bowl. Okay, smoothie bowl is done. Let's finish making up the matcha, and I will show you guys the finished product. I'm gonna show you it's matcha because it's green. See, green. Matcha's not really green when it comes out. It looks more brown, but it's a matcha. And then here's my latte, which didn't really foam up like it normally does, which is annoying, but oh. Matcha, you can't really see it with the color. That's tasty. Okay, let's pour this bad boy out. Ooh. Using a dollop of like pistachio cream. Again, you can use peanut butter or anything you like. I'm only doing it because, well, in spirit of St. Patrick's Day, everything must be green. And then I'm just gonna put kiwi slices on here. And again, if you don't like kiwi, don't add it. There are other green fruits. All right, and there you have it, you guys. Green smoothie bowl for breakfast. All right. I'll be back for lunch. All right, you guys, let's make lunch. So today's for lunch, I have decided I'm just gonna make kind of a wrap style. Oh, I need a cutting board. However, I have one complaint about this situation. So apparently spinach tortillas are now not actually green. They just have like green specks in them. But I'm gonna use it anyways because it's still spinach. Okay, so to start off, let's start with the dressing. So the dressing is just going to be garlic, measure with your heart, you know what I mean? Some lime juice, or lemon juice, whatever you have on hand. Tablespoon, teaspoon. Again, measure with your heart. Some avocado or extra virgin olive oil, just to emulsify it. Half an avocado, which is just the other half of the avocado I used this morning. And don't mind the sound, my dishwasher is running, so I apologize, but I needed dishes, guys. Now, if you're not doing this on a green challenge, you can make this any which way you want. And then last, you're just gonna add a bunch of basil. Now, I have a basil plant, so I just cut off a whole bunch. And then the last thing I'm going to add is just some nutritional yeast for some added protein and flavor, plus it tastes delicious. Again, measure with your heart. And then some salt and pepper. All right, let's just plug this bad boy in. Should look something like that. That looks delicious. There's probably more in here than what I will need, but I don't really care. Okay, and next what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take out my handy dandy veggie chopper. Oh gosh, I'm making noises, crazy noises. All right, I'm gonna switch out the blade. And I do love this thing, but I have to say, I have shockingly cut myself on this more than you would even want to know. It's pretty sad, actually. Okay, I just changed it to like the bigger one, bigger shape, because what I want to do to make everything kind of similar in size, including the spinach and stuff, I'm actually going to chop it. So I'm just gonna pile a whole bunch of spinach on here, like so, and then I'm gonna chop it down. It's not the prettiest thing, but I'm doing the spinach and the kale first for this exact reason. Because when you start doing the like cucumber and in it, it'll like push the rest down. And you can just chop this up with a knife, or you don't have to chop it off at all, depending on how you want it in your wrap, because that's what we're making, it's just a wrap. But like I say, I like everything to be similar in size, and when I put it in here, I can like shake it around. Okay, I think that is good for spinach. Now we're gonna do the kale. Now the easiest way that I find to take the stem off the kale is just to pull. You just grab it from one side and you pull, and it naturally just comes off where it should. So just kind of like that. And if you don't like kale, don't use kale. Now, if I wasn't making this as a green challenge, I would probably add some like, you know, rotisserie chicken or something to it. But seeing as it's a challenge, all right, cucumber, Shopify, and this is when it pushes down all those other yummy bits. This can be washed, and anything I'll use, I'll put into the description if anybody wants to go check it out or anything like that. The veggie chopper is literally my lifesaver when it comes to food, so. Okay, I probably have too much veggie. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a handful, put it in my little wrappy wrap. Make sure I get spinach, cucumber, all of it. This would easily make 2, if not 3 wraps. So, probably gonna be eating green food tomorrow too. And then I am gonna top it off with some edamame for some added protein. And I just bought the frozen shelled one. And in my opinion, the best part, the dressing. And I'm just gonna dollop it and kind of smush it around, because it really is the best part. You want it in every bite, you guys. This is essentially a play off that Green Goddess dressing that was viral a while ago. That's how I made it. Essentially, there you go. But the sauce is the key, you guys. The sauce is the key. Well, that was lunch. I will now let you get to it and I'll see you back at supper. Okay, it's snack time, you guys. I'm just gonna have some edamame that I'm gonna throw in the microwave and seaweed, because, well, why not? Okay, you guys, I just got home from a Pilates class and I'm starving. So we're gonna make supper and the final meal of my Eat Green for an Entire Day challenge. So the first thing we're gonna start with is I'm just gonna boil some water up because we're gonna make a pesto zucchini pasta sauce. And then we're going to have a seared salmon with a chimichurri on top. And like I say, my challenge, so yes, not everything is green, but it will be on the end when everything's on the plate. Okay, so start by boiling your water. And while that is being done, I'm gonna make the chimichurri first, just because I wanna get it out of the way and it can just stay in my little food processor. So just a whole bunch of flat leaf parsley for the chimichurri. I don't know if you guys have ever taken a Pilates class. I've been taking it for about a week now. And it's crazy how much your body hurts after a Pilates class. Like, it's crazy. It also doesn't feel like you're doing a whole heck of a lot, but whoo, my eyes sore. All right, and then we're gonna use olive oil this time, just because I find chimichurri tastes better with olive oil. And this one we're gonna put on the chop setting. Guess what I realized, you guys? I don't actually have the blade in there. There we go. I am going to fill up my oil container. Fill her up. Okay. I'm just gonna use the big jar. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands because they're now full of oil. Now I'm gonna add crushed red pepper flake. I know you're supposed to add oregano, but I'm out of oregano, so don't come for me. But I do like it with a little bit of red chili flake. Ooh, that's a lot of red chili flake. Salt and a little pepper. You don't need a lot of pepper because, well, I just doused it with red chili flake. Give it another quick pulse. Okay, there we go. Something like that. We're just gonna leave that and set it to the side. We'll have leftovers of that as well. The water is now boiling, which is perfect timing. And I'm not breaking the noodles in half because I am making spiralized zucchini, so I want them to roughly be the same length. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to start the salmon. I'm just gonna turn the pan onto medium heat and spray it or oil it, whichever way you want. And I just get my salmon from Costco because I don't really live anywhere near an ocean. Medium-high heat, and then I am just going to salt it a little bit. Season it any way you want to. I use this chicken salt that I got from Australia because it's literally the best thing ever invented. And we're gonna sear up that salmon. The next thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna spiralize the zucchini. Now, if you don't have a spiralizer, well, like I do, for my KitchenAid, that veggie chopper I had used earlier actually has a spiralizer attachment in it, so you can always use that if you own one of those. But I am lucky enough to own the KitchenAid attachment for the spiralizer. And it's actually really easy to do, so. And it makes the perfect spiralization. Just gotta make sure the zucchini's not too big, so. Then you just poke this little finger in it, attach it to the spiralizer, and then you just turn her on, and she makes zucchini noodles. Now you can buy spiralized veggies. I actually do this all the time when I'm making a pasta dish for myself, especially if it's a long noodle. It gives you that added extra dense amount. Feels like you're eating more noodles than you are. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw the zucchini noodles onto medium-high. We're gonna sear them up. And then once the pasta's done, we're gonna throw it all together. We're gonna top it with the salmon and the chimichurri, and we're gonna call it a day. Because we're throwing pesto in this, I'm not gonna salt, pepper it, or anything like that until the very end. If I need to, I'll taste it and we'll figure it out. I don't know if I've said this in this video yet, but if you haven't noticed, Yes, I ate everything green, but I also didn't add food coloring to anything. That was kind of part of the challenge, is I wanted to make sure I wasn't just like adding food coloring to call it green food. I actually wanted to make the meals green themselves using actual real products, like food products. All right, I am gonna flip this salmon now. Once it sears up a little bit, you can always tell on a salmon because it starts to get a little white. So once you see that, I just throw in a little bit of chicken stock right at the end just to like help it finish off and kind of steam it, poach it a little bit. And then once the zucchini starts to get little brown marks, that's perfect. It's exactly what you want. Because right now the pasta's right about done. We're gonna add it to the pot, or the zucchini. Because you don't want the zucchini to get too mushy, because if it gets too mushy, then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it acting like a noodle. All right, we're just gonna throw some fresh purchased pesto, because I'm not gonna make homemade pesto, sorry. Apparently it's the hardest pesto in the world to get into. Holy moly. All right. We're gonna add in the pesto. Finish this salmon off. We're gonna let that boil off. We're gonna turn this right down. Doesn't need a lot of salt and pepper, but just a little bit, especially because I'm not adding Parm cheese, because that's not green, but enough to give it a little extra flavor there. Okay, now that that's all cooked and mixed in, I'm actually gonna pull this completely off the heat, because that salmon's gonna be ready real soon here. We're just gonna put it into the plate, like so. See how much fuller that looks because you added a zucchini? It's a great trick. Also another trick, freezing pesto. Always good. Salmon's done. We're gonna top it with that chimichurri. So again, I didn't cheat and it's gonna be green. Well, in my eyes. You know what I forgot in the chimichurri? I forgot the lime juice. Or the lemon juice. Just gonna add that in quick, hold on. Can't have chimichurri without lime or lemon juice, in my opinion. Just quickly mix that through. Spread it down, spread it around. So that you can't say that I didn't. Well, actually, you probably can say I cheated, but I don't really care. Because in my opinion, this now makes it green salmon. Just like the pasta wasn't green till I put the pesto on it. But like, it's now officially green. See? It's green. All right, you guys, that's gonna be it for me. I officially did the challenge. I ate only green throughout the day today. I also didn't use green dyes for any of it. I used just all green food. So I would say this was successful. I also have to say that everything I made was delicious. I know this is delicious. Yes, I haven't had a bite yet, but I can almost guarantee it. Given I would probably not have pesto and chimichurri together normally, but like they're both gonna be good, delicious together. But if you like this video, make sure you give it that thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And when life feels gray, let's find the black and white balance. See you next week, you guys.